Okay, we're recording. So, welcome everybody. This is Gabs on the mic. So, once again, the purpose of today is I'm just going to go over. I'm not even like covering stuff. I'm just working on my Canvas stuff. I'm working on my classroom stuff, and I figured why not just like let y'all in on it. So, if you have anything, type it in the chat. If you want to have a discussion, type it in the chat first, and then we can talk over the mic. Because remember, I'm recording this, and it will be put up later. Okay, so the first thing that y'all should probably know is that we use Office 365. You probably already know that, right? It's not 265, it's 365. So if you go Office 365, just in Google, once again, you click New Tab, Office 365. That's all I typed in, with the, right? And then it says Office 365 login. If you log in there, I've already logged in. I've logged in as 196.849 at https.net. I would go ahead and start uploading everything you got there. So what I learned was in Google, I do everything in Google, right? This district has shifted everything over 365 and they're starting to like X out Google, right? So like I built a lot of my stuff. Actually, I'm gonna be honest, I built everything in Google. All of my projects, all of my start reviews, all of my quizzes, my forms, my everything was in Google. I came from a Google school. Well, I was told that the district can start auditing your program now. And if you do anything in Google, they can come after you because they're not letting students access Google on school. So if you do something in Google and if the student cannot access it, you now have violated a law. I don't know what law it is, but I was told that you are violating some law. So I have spent the last hour migrating all my stuff over to Drive. And my drive is here. It says OneDrive. I click on it. You can do a shortcut if you want, whatever. So as you see, here's my documents I started migrating over. I started making my esports folders. All I did was new folder, esports 1 and 2, and then I just started putting the bare basic stuff in here. So if I was you guys, start doing that now, right? Migrate everything over. So here's an example for you. Let's actually go to a module. Here's how I kind of design my module. Let's say here's a new year. This is Game and Simulations year 2. And here's Game and Simulations year 1. Now, if you like me, you have multiple preps, right? I have 2 preps. I'm probably on the lucky end there because I remember at one point I was teaching science. I had forensics, physics 1, regulars, physics honors, and then I also had God, what was I had actually I had an AP physics. So I had 3 different physics classes, and I had forensics at one point. So I had 4 preps. I couldn't imagine doing 4 preps for e-learning year 1. English 1, English 1 honors, English 2, reading and comprehension. I feel for you guys, right? So here's what I did. I separated it into semesters and years. So year 1 is right here. That'd be my Game and Sims year 1. Here's my Game and Sims year 2. So I'll show you what I would do if I was teaching like physics, for example, right? I do physics regs. And I would do Sem 1, add a module. All I did was click on the blue module. By the way, I'm working in my Sandbox. And if you don't know how to get through Sandbox, just courses. You'll see your Sandbox here. That's it. You guys should know Sandbox by now, right? There's some stuff that I'm going to assume you guys know if you're in here. I would also probably later on do a semester 2, but we got to worry about the first stuff. So semester 1. What I would suggest is you create a new, click that plus button. I would do text header. Text headers aren't modules, right? They're just headers. And I would call it, if I was teaching physics, quarter 1, Q1. Don't worry about the indent. I would then do it again. Plus text header, physics, quarter 2. Now, this is one of those errors I found. It won't let me add item. I don't know why it does that. You have to actually click off of it and then click back on it in order to add it. I literally did nothing, and it now lets me add it. I don't know why. Once again, I'm just showing you guys things I'm finding. Cool. The reason I'm telling you guys to do this way for organization purposes, could you imagine having 4 preps? Let's do the rest of 3 preps. You have 3 preps, quarter one, quarter one, quarter one, quarter two, quarter 3. You have 4 quarters, right? So 3 times 4 is 12 different modules. I don't have that many fingers, right? So on your front page here, you're going to have 12 different modules. And then under each of those quarters, you have all the modules for those quarters. So if I teach 3 things in quarter 1 for physics when I taught it. I taught intro to physics, speed and velocity, and acceleration. That's 3 different modules. So I now have 3 different modules for quarter 1, another 3 for quarter 2, and then I'm going to have another 6 more for the next. So for just one course, I'm going to have 12 different modules, and that's physics. I don't even know what you're doing in like English, where every week's a different module. So I'm going to keep it simple. Everything I do for semester 1, I'm going to put under one module. When I do it in my Sandbox, it keeps everything nice and together, right? I'm doing this before my courses are even loaded. You can use Google Chrome if you want, but I would stay away from it, okay? This is how I'm pre-planning for anything in the future, right? This is how I'm going about it, knowing that other stuff will be downloaded. Anyways, what I would do from there is, let's plan for our week 1, right? Let's add one more text header. Week 1, whatever, as you see, I already have one that says policies and protocols, right? Every course that I do has policies and protocols. I gotta get off of it and get back on it again. I don't know why, that's so stupid. It populates here. I'm gonna put it under quarter 1. Perfect. I'm gonna do that for every unit I know I have. So for physics, I do intro to physics. God, this sounds like a Christmas song. I'm gonna do it again. Speed and velocity. You guys get the idea. I'm gonna drag it over. That way, everything that I see here, quarter 1, is now in here. So what I'm doing, once again, is I'm setting up my modules for the future, for organization purposes. Now, what's great about this is once I finally get loaded, because check it out, here's my dashboard, right? I got nothing's in my dashboard other than the training requirements, the self-paced course, which I've completed both, and then I did a program over the summer, right? My courses aren't in here yet. They're not. But the moment they say, Gabs, your esports 1 and 2 are located in here, I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to import everything from my esports class. So everything from my year 1, I'm going to import. If I taught physics, the moment physics popped up, I'd import physics regular Sem 1. So everything you do right can be imported later on. So I'm organizing it right now, okay? With that being said, I'm gonna delete that because I don't teach physics. I don't want it to clutter up my stuff. I'm gonna show you what I got. I'm gonna start working on my stuff. I'm in Game and Sims year 1. Here's my organization. First quarter, I have a module called First Week of Esports. I have a module called Introduction to HTML and CSS. I have a module called Game and Sims. I started building like my PowerPoints, my roles. I did second quarter. So hopefully at the moment, what you're seeing is, you're right. Organization is probably the most important thing to keep in mind as I'm building it, because as I go on later, I can find it. Cool. Now, let me guys show you the most simple stuff. Okay, I saved this for you guys. I have a module called, I do certifications in CTE, right? So we have a lot of certification reviews. I built a page, and it's actually right here. It's called MTA. It's located right here. How did I do it? All right, first assignment build of the day. We are finally here. Assignment build. You click plus. You want to add. This is an assignment. Here's the good news. You don't have all this stuff probably. Anything that you import will show up. It's always new assignment. Title it, MTA, Intro to Programming, Review. Now, the indentation is where it's important. Or not, depending upon your structure. All it is level 1, level 2, and level 3. Okay? I don't know your organization. I'm not going to indent it. I don't need to indent it right now. I click Add Item. And it pops up right here. Here's how I think of indentations. I think of indentation 1 is first quarter. I mean 0 indentation is everything that's in the first quarter. If I indent it once, that's a module. If I indent it twice, it's an assignment or a quiz. And I've never used indent 3. I probably will in the future though. But that's my preference. Some of you all are going to build individual modules. That module will be here, then it'll just be indented. Just think of it as a tree, right? What do you want to be a parent and what do you want to be a child? If the parent is the module first week, then all the children should be all the assignments and things I do during that first week, right? So sign up and the basics here are the children of this module. So if this is indented once, then this is indented twice, right? So this is like first generation parents, second generation is the children. Think of it that way, okay? So I got my MTA Intro to Programming Review. I built that page here already. You can edit it if you want. I don't need it. So let's go to this one. I'll click on this page. Okay, so something else is I don't like how Canvas, when you get done with something, you have to reload your dashboard. And I'm through with it already. So every time I'm editing something, I do right click, open a new tab. That way I don't have to keep going back. It's just so much extra work. So here's that page we just made. That's all we got for it, right? We did plus, new assignment, we named it. Here it is. This is what you're going to see. So click your edit button. This is what you'll pull up. All right, some cool stuff here. All right, I had already put that I want to put PowerPoint slides here, but you'll see something that's completely blank. You have so many options. You can change your text, you can do paragraphs, change your fonts, you can put things in like superscripts, subscripts, you can align, you can put bullet points, you can do paragraphs. I'm not an Englishist, so I don't know how to use this stuff. I'm a simple physics guy who now teaches esports. You have additional options in the 3. You can do links, pictures, you can add videos, you can add files, you can do tables, you can do equations, and you can do different apps. Don't worry about all this stuff. Guys, remember, okay, I got a story real quick, because some of y'all are still new to this, right? And this is how I teach my physics kids in the beginning. We're going to have a formula sheet with like 40 formulas on it, and it freaks them out because there's 40 formulas. All right, listen, you don't have to know all 40. Just like when I go get ice cream for the first time from Cold Stone, and I bring my wife with me, and we both go to Cold Stone, she walks in, she's like, holy cow, there's like 40 different flavors of ice cream. And then I go over to the counter, there's like 20 different things: black sprinkles, rainbow sprinkles, marshmallows, Oreos, chocolate chips, mints. I don't know what else they got. And so like I get overwhelmed with stress because I'm like, I have to figure this out. And my wife's like, I'm gonna go with the waffle cone, chocolate chip cookie dough with rainbow sprinkles. And I know that because I've done this enough for her. I go get her some ice cream. And then I go in, I get a cup with a cone with at least 4 different like I have to get marshmallows and sprinkles. I have to try vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. And sometimes I get like, I forget the strawberry and I'll do like chocolate chip mint. And then sometimes I'll do Rocky Road. But what I'm saying is I get stressed because I come out with a Frankenstein of like ice creams, right? And then like I'm eating it and I look at hers and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I bet you she enjoys it way more than I do. And she got 3 things and it works. She got the cone, she got the cream, she got the little extra on top, right? She got 3 things. I got 20. Hers costs less too, which probably makes me happier. And I'm not as satisfied. So guys, hope you get the point, right? This is like the ice cream. It's like going to Cold Stone. If this is new to you, Be like my wife. Do what works. Be as simple as possible. Okay? You don't have to go crazy. All right? I'm going to show you my simple. If my wife was here, she'd actually pat me on the back instead of smack me on the head. She's like, you finally listened to me. Okay? I'm going to do the simplest thing I can possibly do. Add a PowerPoint. That's it. How do I do it? How do I add a PowerPoint? Okay, so you only have 1 GB of space in your whole profile of Canvas. You cannot download a video, upload that file to Canvas, and then expect to have a lot of space. You cannot do that. I mean, you can, but it would make no sense because videos are almost, some of them are more than a gigabyte. Some of them, right? Most of them are about 1/4 of a gigabyte. So here's what you got to do. Anything that you want to upload, please put on that OneDrive. Your OneDrive has, you have 1 terabyte, which is 1,000 gigabytes. All right, I checked this out. I found it up here, actually, if I can get that little thing to kind of go away. I went to settings. I looked hard for this too. Hold on, I can only do it here. I went to settings. This is in your OneDrive, which is why you should be using OneDrive. You only get 15 gigs in Google, by the way. I looked at storage metrics. Check it out. It says I have 1,000 gigabytes free in my OneDrive. And you can already see all the documents I got in here already, which is amazing. So what I'm saying, once again, is use your OneDrive, people. Okay? Now, what I have already done is loaded all my certifications and my certification reviews in here with all my PowerPoints in here. So here's what I got to do. I got to find my PowerPoint for MTA, Intro to Programming, using that. Right here. I open it up. I'm going to go a little slow on this one. This is my certification practice. These are questions I've built to practice for the cert, right? You got to go to File, and you got to go to Share. Then you got to go to Embed. Now look where the mouse is, right? There's like that, there's the brackets. Keep that picture in mind. If anything else, keep the picture in mind. You're looking for the picture. Look for share. Look for the brackets. Choose a size. Think about me. I have glasses that are like 1 inch thick. Use a larger one, please. Right? Whatever you choose is the size you'll see on your screen. Right? So I'll choose the 962. You can choose whatever size you want. Go crazy. See where it says embed code? Click it. All I did was put my mouse over it and click it. And it automatically highlights it. Copy the text. Right click copy or hit Control C on your keyboard. That's it. Go back here. Remember the symbol, brackets. It's right here. Click it. Once you've clicked it, paste the code in there. Right click, paste, Control V, paste, depending upon how tech savvy you are. You'll notice that all that crazy code, the same stuff is now in here. Watch what I hit save. Pops up, PowerPoint loaded, easy. Keep it simple. Enough said. Easy enough. And then you can go through the slides. And it's all in there. Perfect. Cool. When you're done, you click save. You're good to go. I'm out. And that was it. I saved that for you guys. So I want to show you guys, if you can see up top here, I keep a couple tabs open. I'll show you what I did. Let me go back to my dashboard. If you did the Canvas course training, it would have said, please download the following things from Commons. Course activity templates was something you should have downloaded from the Commons, right? Super simple. Import Commons, type in course activity templates, and then you download this, right? Everybody's got it if you did the Canvas training. It gives you a page template, assignment template, discussion, and quiz. What I do is I right-click the assignment template, and I open it, and I'll show you why. When I click on it, and when I click on it, it gives me the template to use for anything else I do. And I'm going to build a lesson with you guys here using this. Hey, fun fact. You see these 6 dots over here? You click and drag it. it makes your work area bigger. Nowhere was that in the training. You could thank KB for that one. He came in here and was like, yo, Gabs, why are you working on a little space like that? And he just showed me, and I was like, this could have saved me so much work, dude. Like, it's crazy. All right, I keep that up. You see, I keep the discussion one up too. I really don't need it, but if you're gonna do this, go ahead and open it up. Trust me, right click it, open a new tab. I'm telling you, it's gonna save you, all right? It's just gonna be easier, so much easier. Okay, what's next? Let's create something. All right, first week of sports, right? I probably want to do a syllabus, right? Some kind of syllabus assignment. Probably you guys too, I'd imagine. So let's do that. And I'm gonna put it in my first quarter module, first week of esports. Okay, so plus, do I want it to be an assignment, a quiz, a file, a page, a discussion? I probably want it to be an assignment. And the reason is I want to make sure that I'm holding the children accountable for having read it. And so I'm thinking is if I make it an assignment, they have to read it and either answer a question or they have to say that they have read the syllabus, right? And then that holds them accountable and that holds you accountable on their end, right? So that way you can say, hey, you messaged me in this assignment and you typed in, I have read this, so you can't say you haven't read it. So I'm gonna turn it into an assignment. Probably makes sense, right? It'll be a new assignment. I'm gonna call it Game in Sims Year 1 Syllabus. And then, let's see. That's 0 indents, 1 indent, that's 2 indents. So I want it to be second. Cool. It'll be, so what's cool is, or what actually doesn't, I don't know if it's cool or not, but it is what it is. It loads down here. I think it's cool that you can like drag and drop things. So I'm just gonna put it under my first week. Make sure that anything you want to double check, you click publish. There's nothing else that should be published. That page template should, nothing else should be published. I would, guys, don't publish anything yet unless you want to double check it. Okay. I'm gonna show you why here after we get done building this. I built it. It's a page. Let's go. Edit time. No content in here. There's no rubric. There's no points. No submitting. Okay. Probably got to edit it. All right. Where do I start? Remember I told you to right click, open up that edit assignment. What I'm going to do is click in here somewhere. Control plus A highlights everything. I'll put that in the chat. That's Control plus A, right? And that highlights everything. Then I'll right click, copy. I'll go back to my syllabus, right click, paste. And now I have the outline for the page. I'm gonna make it bigger so I can actually see what the heck's going on here. And you'll see I got it all there. And so I just type it up. Game in Sims, Year 1. I like to do that symbol. Syllabus. Cool. All right. Assignment. Instructions. You can do whatever you want. Like they have different headers. I don't know how you guys want to do it, but I think for what most of us have been taught are probably like learning goals. Actually, now I think about it, right? Every assignment should have learning goals with the assignment instructions. I think that's what we've all been taught to do, especially for like evaluations and stuff. You should always tell the student what they should learn on the first spot. So my learning goals are here. And you can always, do this later. Actually, let's undo that. If you ever do anything wrong, Control Z to undo anything. The student will be able to swabot. For those of you who are with me, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'll do that in the future when I get lazy. I'm just gonna put like a list of whatever. What I don't know what if you got, I don't know, help me out here. What for the syllabus? What should students be able to do? Understand classroom rules and procedures. State the topics that will be discussed, that will be addressed in this class. I don't know. Go crazy. All right, give them at least 3 things. The student will be able to, learn how to contact their instructor. Canvas is great for that. Instructions. This is where what I would do is probably upload my syllabus, right? So if you've already got it in OneDrive, go back to your OneDrive. I got to go to esports year 1. Let's see. That would be my classroom related documents. And my syllabus is where, right there, Gavin Sims Foundations. Here's my syllabus. I imported it from Drive, so I'm probably going to have to go back and redo some of these things. I probably don't need any of that anymore. So I will end up probably going back and re-editing my syllabus, which you could do right in OneDrive, which is great. And as you do it in OneDrive, it saves automatically. But I mean, I got it. I want to just go ahead and link it. Same as usual, file. Once again, go to file, go to share. Remember the brackets, remember the picture, embed. I don't know what size we want it to be. Let's mess with some sizes. 916. Oh God, I pressed the wrong button. Let's see. I want 100%. Let's see, what dimensions do we use here? See, this is the kind of stuff I'm still learning. Whatever the dimensions were, let's just double it. 476 times 2. 952. 288 times 2.
565.
I'm sorry, what was that? I'm not a mathematician, even though I did teach physics. All right, there we go. Copy the code, right click copy, Control C copy, go in here, paste it in there. We have our syllabus. Okay, so I didn't put any instructions. Let's see. No instructions. So instructions. Okay, well, probably should tell them. 1, read the entire syllabus. 2, what are the, let's see. Let me show you guys something I've done in a previous unit. That's my homepage, by the way. We'll get there. Where's it at? Where's it at? It was, which one was it? Wasn't any of those. It was Code HS. Okay, so this is one I already did. I did instructions to sign up because they got to sign up for something. I gave them pictures, which is everything in that. There we go. When you have successfully registered, I want them to click the Submit Assignment button in Canvas, type registered in the text entry field, then click Submit Assignment. If something doesn't work, contact the administrator. I'm going to do exactly that. When you have successfully, I'm just going to actually do it right there. when you have successfully read the entire syllabus. I don't know how you define successfully reading the entire syllabus. Click the submit assignment button. This is important right here because they want to, like, think about it, students need to be told literally step by step. You can't just say submit the assignment. You got to tell them click submit button, enter submit, click submit. You have to tell them step by step. It's, you know, it's just how they do. It's just how the kids work, man. I don't get it, right? Let's click it and let's save it. I don't know how many points you want it to be worth. Let's do 25. Don't worry about assignment group yet. For submission type, change it to online, change it to text entry. You can do a website URL. You can have them upload a media file. You can have them upload their own. So let's say you want to upload, you have a document that you want them to fill out, and you uploaded that document above, and your assignment is fill out this document, submit this PDF back, submit it as a document, submit it as a MP4, submit it as a .doc. Whatever, like if you want them to submit any type of file under submission type, it will be online, and then you click file uploads in media recordings. You could also do multiple, right? To where you can say, okay, please include an analysis on this poem by Blake. And you can either say, you can type it out as a text entry, or they can save it as a document. So they can read it, go type it up on Word, and then upload that Word document. You could say, all right, and if you don't want to type it because you're an ELL learner, maybe I want you to have the option to record yourself talking about it. Then you can also do things like media recording. So if they were to record themselves on their phone because they're maybe not proficient in typing, maybe they just have a cell phone and they can't type up a whole essay on it. Like, there are so many options for you to do for online entry. For me, for just this, text entry. You get one attempt. You do it or not in my class. Unless it's like a quiz. You get unlimited attempts for quizzes. It's kind of crazy. This isn't a group assignment. There are no peer reviews. I don't care about dates. I don't know anything about dates yet. Just click save. And this is what it looks like. We have our learning goals. I have an extra dot there I got to get rid of. It looks like that wasn't done properly, so I got to go back and fix that. And I did that error on purpose, by the way, just so that way if this ever happens to you, you'll know why it didn't work. Okay, so the reason it didn't work is because I didn't click on the double icon. I just posted the code without going into anything. So what I did was I need to highlight it, copy it. All right, let's go back and let's edit everything because we always make mistakes and that's how we learn. All right, don't forget those are your ways to make it bigger. Get rid of that. Oh, I see. I was trying to get space there. Forget it. All right. Cut it. Get it out. I have to, remember, I got to click this editor. Be prepared. This is going to look crazy, but remember where you want to put it. I want to put it after the thing that says instructor. I want to put it after this right here. So be prepared. Click on it. Told you, it's crazy looking. Yeah, and they expect us to know this, right? And I work with HTML. I recognize how to do all this. And if I didn't know HTML, I'd look at this and I'd be like, what in the hell? Like, this is insane. Okay. Remember, where did we want to put it? I have to look for the phrase, contact the instructor. So I know it's at the bottom. Here it is. All right, it looks like that whole thing is a paragraph. So I'm going to put it right after it. NBSP is non-breaking space, which means it's a space. Here's our table, which has our, don't even worry about it. Who cares what that is? Just hit save. I can't believe they expect teachers who've never even looked at an HTML web coding before to understand how to edit, copy, and paste in HTML. It's just crazy to me. There we go. There's my syllabus. It's big enough then to see. Students can change their view. My syllabus is in there. Okay, here's the assignment, instructions. Here's the syllabus. It's 25 points, it's a text entry box. You can do a rubric if you want. I'm gonna do a rubric at a completely different time. It's way too much. The problem is, I don't know what this looks like from the student's point of view. Cool, great. Let's go back to our modules. I'm gonna show you guys what you can do. So, where's it at? Basics to the internet. No, that's not what it was. It was syllabus. This is kind of crazy, but just go with me here. If you want to look at it from the student's point of view, go to settings. So I'll start from the beginning. Courses, grade Sandbox. In Sandbox, go to settings. You'll see on the right, it says student view. Remember I talked about publishing? Whatever you publish, you can see. Everything I didn't publish, I can't see. So let's check it out. What does it look like? Cool. This is what the student's going to see. No due date yet. It's 25 points. I have to submit a text entry. I haven't done any attempts. I get one attempt. Here's my goals. Here's the instructions. Here's the syllabus. All right, let's see. Click submit assignment and type registered. All right, actually, I forgot to edit that. So that's probably a good thing we went to go back. What I want the kids to type in, for me personally, is probably going to be, I, insert name, Michael Gabney, have read this syllabus. So I need to go back and actually edit it because I forgot something. And then click submit assignment. Remember I told you that kids need step-by-step instructions? Click the submit assignment button. I clicked it. Type registered in the text entry field. Text entry field. Registered. I'm going to type in something else. Click submit assignment. Then I'd click it. Cool. So it's always good to look at it from the student's point of view after you make an assignment. Cool. I'm going to leave that student view. I'm going to go back and re-edit that assignment because I totally forgot to change my expectation for the kids. Remember, I like to right click, open a new tab. I got to change that. You ready for the craziness? I clicked edit. I'm just going to expand the page. I'm clicking and holding down, by the way. I click, drag down, make it bigger. All right, type I, insert your name. $5 says I get at least 5 kids that will put insert your name instead of their actual name. You know it. I heard somebody laugh. You laugh because you know it too. Cool. I'm just going to save it. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I like to give like gotcha moments, right? Like, gotcha. You didn't read it. So what if I was you, and if you really wanted to make sure, what you could do is you could go through your your syllabus, and like you can make like little questions, and then like give them a quiz based off of that reading, right? So I could ask them a question: who said the following phrase? And then I could be like, yo, copy this phrase and give them a bunch of different like questions. See who read it. What I would do is I would probably do something like, how much are my test and quizzes worth? How much is my capstone project worth? How much, like what's the academic policy? What's my late work policy? Stuff like that. So I did save a quiz for you guys. I have an assignment here that I created called the Basics to the Internet. We're going to click on that. Notice, by the way, all these green arrows. They're published. So when I go into student view, everything that has the green arrow, I can now see. Now, the same is going to apply when you finally have your course. So when I finally have Game and Sims 1, now these are loaded under Game and Sims 1. If I click that green arrow, and the student can see it. So if you don't want the student to work on anything beyond where you are, just unpublish it, right? And I can't stand this. I know it's like, look, like, why do I have to click unpublish on some of these things? And some of them I can just click the green arrow, right? Like, I don't have to do it, don't have to do it, don't have to do it. But then right on that one, it says edit permissions for, come on, right? Like, there's still a lot to this that I'm still kind of like, I did not know that existed. Anyways, here's an assignment that I gave, because in my class, we do teach Game and Sims. I do teach esports. I know I kind of get like that look from some teachers, like, you teach gaming? I'm like, yeah, there's a lot to gaming. There's a lot, like, and a lot of it's like real world application. So check it out. Here's something cool for you guys. If you've ever played like Call of Duty or Overwatch, like any shooter game, Fortnite, and you've played a game like Smash Bros. And Mortal Kombat, when you're playing the game, it lags out on you. So if you're Call of Duty, you'll be it's first person, right? So you'll be moving, and the next thing you know, your screen will have jumped, or it'll lag out, and it'll freeze frame, and then you'll be here one moment, and you'll be here another moment. And one moment you'll be going after another guy, maybe you'll throw a bomb at them or something, or you shoot at them, and then all of a sudden it lags out, and now you're dead. And you're like, I saw 12 bullets hit this guy, and now I'm dead. What happened? And then in Smash Bros, it just freezes and pauses. You can't, there's no like, you were here, now you're here. Nope, it just hits here and you're stuck in that same animation for like however long until the next frame comes. So I asked them, what's the different types of lag and why does that happen? So I have to teach them things about internet hardware. I have to teach them about internet addresses and DNS. This guy right here is one of two co-founders for the original internet. So if you ever wondered who created the original internet infrastructure and who still works on it today, who's the OG, it's that guy on the right there. He's one of, and he's brilliant. I talked to them about packets, routers, and reliability. And something else that I like to do, especially for online assignments, this is an assignment, by the way, is I say what we're going to do, what questions do I want you to keep in mind. So as you watch this, you can take notes as needed. You guys will recognize that format, by the way. I just took this, copied it, pasted it. Hello, it's already done for me. But I'll give them questions, give them questions, give them questions. Now let me pull something out to you guys. Check it out. This was the quiz. So I had already built a quiz for internet hardware. Question 1, question 2, and question 3. I'd already built it, so what I did was I copied it, and then I just gave it to them for each of the videos. So what I like to do is I like to be extremely forthcoming with my students. Guys, these are the exact questions you need to know. You're not going to get around it. And I'm not going to say, oh, you need to know how to differentiate this function and then give you a function that is completely opposite. So if I tell you, you have to be able to differentiate 1 plus cosine squared, and then on the quiz, I give you 1 plus sine squared, those are two different functions. You said, learn this, then you gave me some, I'm not that teacher, because no, I'm going to tell you what you need to know. And then I'm going to quiz you exactly on what I told you you need to know. So I like to design the quizzes and tests ahead of time. And then I say, all right, for 1 through 10, it's going to be this assignment. For 11 through 20, it's going to be this assignment. And I'm going to make sure that those questions have been peppered in throughout the assignment. Okay, so that's good backwards design. I don't even know if that's good, but it's what I do. All right, but you'll see that this is 0 points. There's no submitting. And the reason for that is my idea was I was going to create a quiz on this one. I was actually going to create another assignment that follows this quiz, which was going to be listen to me talk to you about what we've learned. So I was going to teach them about how in the internet, this actually might be useful for you guys. Think of it as Legos, right? Think of it as Legos. There's actually good information to know. This is going to teach you something in the future. This way, if anything, your kids always have these questions. I'm telling you, they just always want to know. So think of it this way. Here's my Lego set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Imagine that these are packets of information. It could be you signing into Microsoft Office. What has to happen first? You have to type it in. You have to hit enter. When you hit enter, that information has to be sent. All the characters have to be sent. You have to send your computer's information. You have to send your personal information. Then you have to send your encryption code. So this is all information, right? Now, all of it can be sent at the same time, and it's like a highway. So like think about all the teachers that get to school, right? We all take different routes. So if this is my destination and this is my original spot and this is my end, my information can take different tracks to get there. And it can be on the same track and go on a different track. Just like I can go from 60 to Kings to Bloomingdale, or I can go 60 to Valrico to Bloomingdale, right? I can be on 60 to start with, but I'm still going to end at Bloomingdale. So information takes different tracks to get there. Now, think about your computers when you load them up and you're like, why the heck is my computer so freaking slow? It's because the information hasn't gotten there yet. Why is that? It's probably because the district doesn't have enough highways for the information to get there. It only says everybody has to take this path right here. And that's called broadband. Just make the paths bigger, right? Think of it as like water going in a pipe. Think of it, right? If you have a 4-inch pipe and then you restrict that to a 2-inch pipe, the water has less flow. So the flow either has to get faster or it's going to get stuffed up. Just like when you flush a toilet, if it clogs up, it's because the lanes have been clogged. Information can get clogged. It's the same idea. So this is how I teach the basics to the internet. I watch those videos and then I explain how in some games, all the information has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in that order. Well, same with your internet. It might need 12 bits and you're missing the 8th bit because the 8th bit was the adventurous one and it decided to take a back road and there was construction on that back road and number 8 hasn't gotten there yet. And the whole system's going to pause until 8 comes. Well, that's like Smash Bros. And Mortal Kombat. And that's why it freezes on you. That's why your computer freezes on you. But in games like Call of Duty, where like it transforms you, it teleports you, it's a predictive engine. So if it misses number 8, it says, well, what was 5, 6, and 7 doing? We're going to predict what should have been there, and then that's what's going to happen. And then it'll give it to you. And that would actually be my next lesson. Then what I'm going to do is quiz them on it. So let's build that quiz. I go to the module, which is Game and Sims Year 1. I click that plus, and what again are we doing? Building a quiz. Building a new quiz. And this is, let's see, internet, what did I call that? Basics to internet quiz. And I also talked about lagging. Who cares about the group? Let's see, that's 0 indents, 1 indent, that's 2 indents. We're gonna go double indent. Where'd it go? I'm checking you now. Where did it go? It's at the bottom. It always goes to the bottom of the module. You have to drag it over. Notice how assignments have like the pencil icon and quizzes have the rocket icon. Don't ask me why. Why don't quizzes have the question mark icon, right? I don't know what a rocket launcher has to do with quizzes. So who cares? Cool. It's unpublished, only we can see it. We don't have a preview for it yet because we haven't created it. All right, let's go ahead and let's create our quiz. You can create instructions for it if you want. You can do this. You can copy and paste. I don't care what you do for instructions. You don't even need instructions. Answer all the questions. I don't know. I'm just experimenting. I want to see what it looks like. Do your best. That's all you can do. All right. Let's see. It's a graded quiz. You can do practice quizzes, which are like formative assessments, surveys. I think you guys get the idea, right? We're just going to do a graded quiz. Don't talk about assignment groups yet. That would just confuse you. You can do shuffle answers if you want. You can do time limit if you want. You can allow multiple attempts if you want to keep the highest score. You can allow only a certain number of attempts. You have options. Let's see. Let students see their quiz response. Incorrect questions will be marked in student only once after each attempt. I don't care. Do you want to let the kids see the correct answers? On the syllabus one, I want them to actually read it. So I don't want them to see the correct answers, because if you do that, the kids can just go A, submit, okay, take a picture of it with their phone, take a picture, then go back and just go through their pictures and then just answer the questions, right? Or you can do the, all right, I got all these questions wrong. Now they either have to A, take a new guess, and then hopefully they get it right, or B, be like, all right, I got this one wrong. It's definitely not A. Let me think about it, hopefully, right? Because if, I don't know, you know how they are. Some kids will do it, some kids they won't. Don't worry about the restrictions. Don't worry about that yet, because we don't know when dates are going to happen. I like to save all my work. It's a quiz. It's shuffled. There's no time limit. Multiple attempts. They get to keep their highest. It's unlimited. They get to view the responses. They don't get to see the correct answer. Cool. Cool. This is a preview, by the way. So this is what they would see on their end. Cool. Before they take it, everything we did actually is right there. Do all the best that you can do. I don't like that, actually. You see how like how that I can't. I don't like that at all. I hate that, actually. So I'm going to copy that last portion. I'm going to put that underneath it. I can't stand that. It's like I can't stand this song. All right, we're going to something else. This music isn't doing it for me. Cool. All right. Cool. Now there's like that something there. Cool. I'm cool with that. All right. Questions time. Okay. This is common question. In quizzes, can I upload quizzes that I've already made in ExamView? Yes. Can I upload any other quizzes that I've made in another program? Depends on the program. It depends on the file itself. If you do ExamView, that means you've exported it as a rich text file, RTF. And yes, you can absolutely do that. However, there are two types of quizzes that you can do. And in here you have the old common quizzes, and then you have like the new and improved quizzes. Which means that if you upload an old document, it's going to stay old. So like if I have all multiple choice questions or like some true or false questions in there, you're not going to be able to do more than that. The new quizzes that you can do in here, there's so many options that you have, right? like you have a ridiculous amount of quizzes that you can put in here. And in the new ones, it's not like that. There's two types of quizzes, right? There's the classic and then there's new quizzes. There's more questions. I want to do the new one. Huh. Wonder why it didn't give me the option to do a new one when I first made this. See, these are the little things we're talking about that I'm learning along the way. It didn't even give me a chance to make it a new one. This feels like the old one. So forget this quiz. I want all the new options. I'll cut all that and put it on the new one. Yeah, peace out to you, old one. Yeah, forget this one. Where are we at? Now I've lost myself. Where am I? Which one is this? I want all the new types of questions. Yeah, that's classic. I don't want classic. How did we do this week? Quiz template. Man. I like my quizzes to be worth 100 points. Give them unlimited. Yeah, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Classic quizzes aren't as robust. I like that word. All right, internet lagging quiz. This is what you should see. All right. Where am I at? Where am I at? Oh, yeah. I got you. Let's go back to the basics of the internet. So let's remember, this was the assignment I made, and I'd already given them these questions, right? So I just want to put those questions that I already made for this assignment, and I want to put those into the Canvas quiz. Now, also remember too, I had already built this quiz, this one quiz about internet hardware, right, in the past. But I want every single question on one. I just don't want 3 and then take another 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use what I've already made and just redo it. So here we go. Add instructions, answer all questions. Cool. Let's add a new question. I clicked on that blue icon. First, all I'm going to do is all multiple choice questions. So this one's internet hardware. So the top is about the category. The question stems here. You can thank Ms. Hefner for figuring that one out with me the other day. Or Miss Hefner, Chef. Don't call her Miss or Mrs. It's Chef. All right, how's the bandwidth measured? All right, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to see if I can just copy them all and paste them. Oh. I'm so lazy when it comes to this stuff. I want to do as little work as possible. I don't want to spend 12,000 hours doing stuff. All right. Cool, I got my questions. Bandwidth is measured by bitrate. God, why do those look so much different from each other? Ugh. Look, that one looks way different, right? What's going on here? 12-point paragraph. Is this one? Why is that one 11? I know I gotta select. It's bit rate. This does. Oh, you can give answer feedback. Cool. So if you click that, oh, you know what this is good for? So that's good for like math or reading or science, right? So physics, if I give a bunch of answers and if I say, what's the speed if they went 10 meters in 1 second? And if the answer they give me is 1/10, I can give them feedback and I can say, the error that you did was you did time divided by distance instead of distance divided by time. Make sure to go back to your formula sheet and to write the formula down first before you do the calculation. Cool. You have an on-screen calculator that you can do. You can vary the points by the answer. So if you want to give partial credit, for example, you want to say, all right, let's say I'm going to give them 4 different options for this one. They have the right option. They flipped the formula, so they did the formula right. They just inverted it. Instead of distance over time, they did time over distance. So they were correctly able to identify the formula. And let me tell you, in physics, if you've never taken physics, there's going to come a point where you have literally like 40 equations. And some of these are detailed, like this is energy, this is wave energy, this is light energy, and this is the energy it takes to break an atomic bond. So you have 4 different energy equations. And if they choose the right one and they even do it right, except they flipped it at the very end, you can say, you know what, I'm going to give you credit for that. I'm going to give you half credit. So if this is worth 5 points for this question, I'm going to give you 3 points because you did most of it right. And I'm going to be honest with you. I appreciate all of my physics teachers because I'm actually an aerospace engineer. I appreciated all my teachers who gave me partial credit. I remember I had one teacher in freaking thermodynamics. We had 150 kids, only 30 of us passed. I was one of the 30. I remember one question he gave us was about temperature gradient on a flat plate if you heat it up using a certain condition. And it took me about 3 pages worth of math to do it at different points. However, I had an initial constraint. I said, I am going to assume the following conditions are true in order for my math to accrue. And had my conditions been true, all my math was 100% right, 3 pages worth. However, I chose that it was adiabatic, meaning that it's all perfect, contained, isolated, no energy loss. And I had one note on that question. Because there was wind flow, you cannot assume adiabatic flow. And because of that, this entire question is wrong, 0 out of 10. And that dropped that test down to a D because that was one of 3 questions and that was the hardest question. And I got the other 2 questions right. But my whole math was right. And I will never forgive that teacher for that. And I had another teacher in fluids who I did all the math right. And then in the end, I must have put in the calculator wrong and the answer was wrong. And he looked at it and gave me a 10 out of 10. And his note was, everything about this is right except for the answer. Recheck your calculator. And it did, Mike, and the calculation came out correct, except I must have forgotten something when I typed it out. And I'm like, damn, he gave me a 10 out of 10. That was so nice of him to actually go through and look at it. I aspire to be this man. So if I was just giving that to you guys, I would just, I would give you that, I don't know, request as from a former student who has given their heart to their work and has been given partial credit for saying, and it's like, I see you for what you know, so start looking at varying points by answer. If you click on it, you can change how much points are worth here. None of those makes any sense, by the way. It's not light, it's not frequency, and it's not voltage. And the only thing that makes sense is bit rate. Also, since I give them an unlimited number of attempts, no, get it all right. Right? Like you have an unlimited amount of tries, just get it, just go back and redo it. You got it wrong, whatever. You can align it to outcomes. So I remember if I was teaching physics, the first school, we were under state purview. So all of my quizzes and tests, I had to group by the standard that it was addressing, sc.p.10.6.2. That's something to do with speed and velocity. I had to put that under all those questions. So if you are in a similar situation, there you go. Screw that though. I'm not doing it. And I don't want to add them to any bank. How many points do I want it? I just do single points at the end. And I can always change it later on. Okay. This is cool, right? So look at all the content you can do when you generate a new quiz. This is just cool. I love ordering. In the future, when I do HTML design, it's going to be something like, here's a bunch of tags, doc type, HTML, head, body, paragraph, pre. I'm gonna give them like 6 or 7 tags. I'm gonna give it to them and I'm gonna say, order these in the correct order. So if you're history, you could say, what were the order of events that led to the Boston Tea Party? In physics, you could say, what's the solution, what's the problem step process? Identify the variables, write the equation, rewrite the equation to solve for the variable you're looking for, plug it in, double check your answer, and then you can have them reorder it. And that's just really cool, in my opinion, that they have things like ordering. One of these, you can even like upload a picture and say like, where on the map is Australia? And you can like give like a general, I think that's hotspot. I haven't really dived into hotspot, to be fair. I worked with it once, but you guys get the idea. Formulas are good for math. File uploads are like, if you want them to type in an essay and you want to make that essay worth a quiz or something, you want it to be a document, let them do it. Let's see, multiple answers, that's fine. I think we all are kind of on the same page here. So let's go ahead and let's do it. Let's get these questions answered and let's figure this one out. Where are we at, internet? What is the bit rate of a system? Guys, learn how to do Control-C, Control-V. By the way, this is internet hardware. This is where it gets boring. So if you're watching this as a replay, I would definitely fast forward because this is boring. The number of bits. I still don't get why it goes from 11 to 12. It has to probably do with how it's copied. The strength of a network connection. So as I am doing this, guys, this is probably the perfect time for you guys to ask a question in the chat if you're there. Otherwise, just roll with the flow at this point. The bit rate, yeah, that's the amount of bits that can be sent in a fixed amount of time. Makes sense, because our rate is a function of time. I think I'm going to do homepage next. So if you know anybody that was like, yeah, I'm going to leave, let me know when he gets back to homepage. Now's the time to be like, hey, within the next 5 minutes, he's going to finish up his quiz. And then he's going to talk about home pages. Because that was kind of crazy to me too. Let's see, the latency is the amount of time it takes for something to be received. Cool. All right. And as you can see, you can have different points, values for things, all right? So if you're math, you say multiple choice are worth 1 point. Free response are worth 5 points, whatever. That's great. I remember when I was under state purview, if my questions didn't have how much each question was worth next to it, I was getting dinged. Not, I mean, big time. It was painful, man. Let me tell you, having to put all standards next to every quiz question, or like I actually grouped them by standard. And you had to group them by standard, and then in bold next to every question, you had to say, "Oh, this question is worth this many points." And now we have freaking Canvas that does it for us. That's just beautiful. And once again, if you're like, what the heck, Gabs? Like, what is going on here? Once again, this is the title, right? This is kind of like the description of the type of question it is, and this is the actual question itself. So when you go up here, it's multiple choice, and it's about internet hardware. This one's question is, what is the latency of a system? Multiple choice, and it's about IP addresses. And then here's a question. And I've already built these quiz questions, by the way, and I'm just copying and pasting them from somewhere else. I would copy and paste it from what I've already built and just like import it over, but I'm just doing the most basic things that we can do right now. All right, we're not getting crazy. I don't want to overload y'all. Man, going back to 11 point. Try to stay with 12. It just tends to be better. Any guesses on this one? Oh, you know what? I have a really, really good idea. I really want to talk to you guys about. Dang, I should have done this earlier. So if you've stayed with me to this point, or if you're watching it from the recording, oh yes, yes, yes. This because, oh my God, just give me a sec. Give me a sec. I'm gonna just stop writing the quiz here. I'm gonna talk to you guys about it. Let me just make sure that this is done right, because this is definitely a protocol that defines the structure. Okay, so I'm gonna have more questions, but we just did 4 for now. Done. We built it. Let's preview it. Make sure it looks good. Always preview it. Looks boring. Great. It's a quiz. Not supposed to be great. All right, let's return. All right, check it out. Let's go to modules. I wonder where that quiz went. All right, let's see. All right, we have internet and lagging quiz under assignment quizzes worth 100 points. We created that by going to quizzes, doing plus quiz. Now we got to figure out where it went. Nope, because that sends to other people. Copy the course. Yes. Perfect. I don't care. Ha! Beautiful. I don't see it. I don't know about you guys. I don't see it anywhere. I wonder if I can just do this. Add. What? Where's it at? Oh, I didn't click quiz. I'm so dumb. Oh my God. Okay. I'm gonna figure that out here in a minute. All right, so check it out. Let's say I teach physics. All right, there's actually like 7 other teachers in the district that teach Game and Sims year 1, right? Let's say I wanted to do something where all 7 of us can edit the same exact module in my Sandbox. How cool would that be, right? It's possible. Check it out. You go to people, and you can create groups if you want. But go to people, click add people. So one of them is it Steven.Michelson at sdhc.k12.fl.us, right? He's over there at Leonard High School. He's going to be a teacher. In the section, he's going to be in here, right? You can only interact with that. When adding multiple users, right, we can do that. And so what I did was I added him into my section. Now, when he finally gets in there, he can see what's in my Sandbox. And I can say, hey, man, why don't you go to my Game and Sims and then edit the Game and Sims for me? So I could have that one common unit. So what you can do is if you have a department head who wants to like check in on you, what I would do is I'd go to your department head, because we did this all the time in physics, right? Oh my God, and especially biology. I got out of biology. I said, no freaking way am I going to do biology. All right, because that PLC was toxic. In biology, every single teacher has to teach the exact same material. And there were 6 of them. So they all had to get together every single Tuesday at the beginning. It was either beginning or afternoon. I don't remember when. I think it was the afternoon. No, it was Mondays in the afternoon. And they'd have to get together and they'd say, here's everything that you're doing this week. And they put it in a drive folder to like, and then they would shoot that to their department head and say, hey, these are the PowerPoints, the handouts, the videos, the quizzes, and the tests that we're all going to use together. And it was kind of cool, but kind of not, because like you'd be in charge of this assignment and you'd be in charge of that and you'd be in charge of that one. But then when we finally brought the quiz together, it was like, all right, listen, you put the quiz together, but you had questions that aren't in here that should definitely be in there. And now they're yelling at each other because they only have an hour to go over everything they're supposed to do for that week, right? And now what we can do now is like, let's say you have a department head. You could have your department head create a section for Biology 1 regular, Biology 1 honors. And then the department head could go to people, click add people. You could do a group set, by the way, right? So you can create groups. And then whatever, Biology 1 per se, whatever. You can do this with your students too, by the way. This is how you create groups with your students. I don't know, 6 members. Okay, and then you can add them in there. So future for you guys, you can put them as if they're students, you can put them in different groups. So if you have a group project you want to put together, I don't know, a roller coaster, something I used to do in physics. I used to have people, I'd give them X amount of manila folders, X amount of tape, X amount of just certain supplies in paper, construction paper, scissors, and they'd have to build a roller coaster, and I'd give them a template to kind of build it out of, and whoever can build like the tallest, who had the most curls, who could put a loop in there, you get extra points for extra things. And then the end was the ball had to make it out to the very bottom, so that, you know, that way it doesn't fling out at any one point. I could have created a group set and called it my roller coaster period 1 group 1. Or if you wanted to just do period 1 group 1, You could do that, okay? And then you can search users, and that's easy enough to do, seriously. You can do groups within that set. So if you didn't want this to say group 1, you could just do period 1, and then within period 1 you can do, group A within period 1, whatever, right? And then you can assign students per groups here. So this is where it really gets interesting. So, oh, look at that. Now he has the ability to go to my sandbox, right? And then he can, I can edit the sections and roles, right? So I can browse. I don't have a bunch of sections, but he's got my sandbox. And now he can go to my sandbox once again and see what I've got going on. And I can call Michelson up. If I want to call KB, I'd dial whatever on my phone. I'd be like, yo, KB, go to my sandbox. All right, cool. Listen, go to Sem 1, year 1. Cool, I'm in there. All right, what do you want me to do next? Oh, there it is. Check it out. It finally got, I know why. All right, go to that quiz that we created. Cool. All right, now do me a favor. If you like it, keep it. If you don't like it, take it out. This is how you can do common planning. So when they're getting together with us next week and they say, all right, guys, we got to figure out a way for PLC to come together with like group modules, this is the answer. And now check it out. Remember I exported that quiz and it's like, where did it go? It must be that when you export that quiz, I'll show you again how I did it. So I went to quizzes. I created a new quiz. I chose new quizzes. I finished it. I called it Internet and Lagging Quiz. Apparently, I have 2 of them now, right? Who knows why? It looks good. What's the difference? Did I just create 2 of them? What if I copied it? Oh, that's great. Now I don't know which one's which. Anyways, whatever. I did copy it, remember? You click copy to, it's your sandbox. Remember that now. So when you create a quiz in here, copy it to your sandbox. I bet you I can figure out which one it is too. And it takes time to upload. Absolutely, takes time to upload. That's why I didn't populate there right away. Let's edit this. I want to change my indent. I want it to go over. Cool. Watch this. I'm going to click publish. That way I can see it. Once again, how do I see what I've done? From a student's point of view. Go to settings, go to student view. You can see what your student view is. Internet and lagging quiz. Let me begin it. Let me just see what it looks like. Beautiful. It's boring. I love it. I wonder what that stuff is. I don't know. I'll figure it out though. All right, cool. Let's go back to my dashboard. Let me leave the student view. All right. Now remember, I just published that quiz, right? We're going to go back to quizzes. We're going to see which one it is. Aha, yeah, it's that one. Cool. Yeah, screw you. I don't want duplicates. Oh yeah, you have to create a quiz in Canvas, by the way. By the way, you have to create a quiz in Canvas, by the way. You have to have at least 5 questions with 5 different types. So this is how I did it. I went plus quiz, and I did a multiple choice. I did a true or false. I did an essay question. I did a fill in the blank type question where you can have different options. And they teach you how to do this stuff, by the way. And they give you like a demonstration. They have one with like a matching term. It's cool. Let me go back to courses. I need to call up Michelson now, because now that he's got access to it. Oh yeah, now I got Mr. Hanks. I'm gonna say around 4 o'clock. I need to call this dude. Anyways, So good to know. When you copy it over to your class, it takes time to export over. Who knows, 5 to 10 minutes. Give yourself 10 minutes for it to copy itself over. That's good to know. Okay, so check it out. We got this module. We got it published. All right, remember what I told you guys at the very beginning, if you're just joining me now. I create all my assignments and all my modules for the entire semester. You can do per quarter if you want. You can do per year if you want. I'm creating everything here. So that way later on, I can import it into my class. When I finally have classes, I'll be able to click on it. And then I'll be able to go to settings for that course. And then when I go to settings, there'll be an option over here that'll say import courses. So if I do that now, I just build my basic structure. I can later on pick it apart, and I'm going to do that later at a different time. I just want to make sure that I have at least like my first 9 weeks mostly planned out before the e-learning starts on the 24th, because I got to do this for other courses and maybe just get the first week done, right? So it'll be Game and Syllabus, Game and Sims Syllabus. I'll have them sign up code HS. What else do I usually do? Well, day one, we go over expectations. Day two, we do code HS. We talk about the basics to the internet. I ask them that question. And then day three, we actually start like doing actual work. Like you're going to log into code HS now. And you're actually going to start. Yeah, we're going to learn about introduction to HTML. And that would actually go into here. So maybe I should do this. Maybe this one should be called Getting Set Up. And yeah, that way I don't constrict myself to just the first week. Honestly, I think I might go ahead and end the stream here soon, because I basically have done homepage. All right, yeah, homepage. Yo, if y'all know anybody that wanted to do homepage, tell them this is the time now. Text them. I'm gonna talk about the homepage. So if anybody you know has a question about homepages, shoot them a message. Yo, Gabs is doing homepages. It's time to log on. All right, so here we go. Homepages. Now, step one, you need the customizing your homepage template. Now, something else that you can do, if you don't like the one that's in there, get rid of that loading. Type in homepage examples. You have all of these different types of home pages that you can copy and migrate over to yours, okay? It's honestly kind of cool that there are so many different home pages out there. Look at that. Look how easy hers is. It's just pictures, learning activities. It's kind of complicated, honestly. I'm going to show you guys mine. Now, from a design point of view, when you're editing a homepage, the first thing you should do when you do customizing your homepage and you download it from Commons is you should duplicate it. Think of it this way. I'm designing a new iPhone. I'm going to start with the original design. I'm going to copy this design over here because I'm going to leave that away. I'm going to put it to the side. I'm not going to touch it because what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to be like, all right, I wonder what happens if I make it bigger. I make it smaller. I wonder if I want to know what it looks like gray or black. And then I put different backgrounds, and then I'm like, oh, let me take that button, put it up here, take that. And I start like changing everything. And then like 2 hours later, it looks like a Frankenstein. And now I'm like, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I need to start from scratch. I would have to undo all of the changes on this. Or I could be like, delete, then go back to my duplication and start again. So consider duplicates as save states. I've already done that here. I got to a save state, I clicked File Save, in essence, and that's what I did here. I duplicated it. So I'm gonna call this the OG duplicate. That way, if I hate it, if I absolutely hate any changes I'm about to make, I can be like, oh, delete, remove, go back to the OG duplicate. Cool. Let's go to the homepage instructions. Import from Commons. It's actually on the front. Check it out. What's cool about this is they kind of show you like a very basic structure to home pages, and they give you the like in the actual buttons too. They say you can do months. I don't know how to say that. Monster it. Architect's Daughter. They have a 32-point font size. They use 3 buttons across. The font is left justified, meaning in this button, the font's on the left. Winding element can bleed off the edge. Whatever. Here's the important stuff. They are 524 by 292. Excuse me. 524 across, 292 down. Width by height. Choose one font for consistency. That's a tip. This is your button ID. Or that's button 10, that's button 11, and then button, they have a solid background color. They said here's a banner, here's sizes for the banner, it's 1200 by 314. Architect's Daughter, or they're just giving you what they've already done. Now, I don't know about you, but I would have liked if they have given us the file to edit them, because they gave us the PNGs, but they didn't give us the file to edit it. That means we got to go back and edit those freaking buttons ourselves. And I'm fine with that, personally. But I just think about my litmus test, so to speak. My neighbor who, one of, maybe not my direct neighbor, but somebody within this vicinity in this school, who's looking at this and thinking to themselves, how do I make a button? I don't even know where to start. And why would you if you've never done design in your life, right? So this is where you have to like read the instructions. They kind of give you some instructions to go by. Right, they tell you how to do it. Find an easy way to add images to the template, and they give you a video. Any image creation software will work. A tutorial for creating buttons in Canva is available. You can do it in PowerPoint. You can have you have banners right there. Wait, what am I doing? I'm so dumb. Why am I reading it from that? Just go here. And then I can even click the hyperlinks, right? They have templates for the PowerPoint. Oh, I wonder if it's there. Oh, check it out. They actually did give you templates. All I have to do is read. I take back everything I said. HCPS, I love you. Buttons. There you go. It even tells you how to do it. There you go. Cool. You want to work on it, make it bare and basic? It's all right there. Nice. Let's read what they say though. File, export, file. Oh yeah. So you would do file, You have to save it as copy first? Yeah, this is view only. All right, yeah, their instructions are booty. First thing you have to do is save it as a copy. You're gonna have to save it in your OneDrive. So I would just save it right here, because it's not technically mine yet. There you go. Now it's under my documents where it wasn't before. Now I can do file, export. What is going on? Why is there no file export? Yeah, so there's no actually export. This is wrong. It's not file export. That's if you are working on it as a PowerPoint from like way back in the day. So I guess online PowerPoint, Office 365 PowerPoint, you just do file download as, and you do download as images. And then it gives it to you. But it didn't save it as a ping. What if it's print? No. Jeez, man. Why did I make it so complicated? If I download it as a copy to my computer, I know for a fact I can export it as a PNG. If you don't have no idea what the difference is between a PNG and a JPEG, hey, welcome to Gabney, who teaches you the difference between those two in my class. Wait a second, I think I had that under certifications, which I'm not entirely sure why I would have under certifications. Yeah, check it out. JPG, PNG, or GIF, or what are the difference? Is it a photograph? Banners are photographs. Yes. Is it really big? Yes, JPG. No. Is it a selfie? No, PNG. Burn it with fire. Oh, I love it. Basically, if you want it, it's a PNG. I love that graphic. I haven't seen that in a year. I forgot about it. That's funny. Yeah, PNGs tend to save resolution. You tend to lose resolutions, which if you've ever wondered how we talk about this too in class, like you'll see a tweet from somebody. It'll be like, hey guys, look what this politician tweeted, then deleted. And then that'll go around. And you see this, actually, it's quite common to do for politicians mostly. You'll see this on like the president. You'll see, and especially on the president. You'll see this on like, AOC, or Ocasio-Cortez. She's the latest example, actually, where this has happened to recently as last week. Which is why if anybody ever sends you any pictures of anything like tweets, like, oh, look, here's a picture, somebody tweeted something, and they since deleted it, you can actually tell if it's been faked because it'll have lost resolution and there will be no archive of that tweet. So you can actually check the archives for any tweet that's ever been made. And I teach my kids this. I say, if you think something is real, especially anything on social media, everything that ever gets posted online gets saved. So even if you delete it, it still gets saved somewhere on some like storage forever. And if we're teaching kids social media skills, they need to know this. And a lot of times it loses resolution. And, you know, JPEGs tend to be the #1 indicator of that. Mr. Michelson, hey, have some great ideas on posts. I'm focusing on navigating Canvas, different types of games. I attached those to this message for you. Yeah, see, look at that. Look at this dude. This dude is the best. Michelson is hands down one of the best people I've ever met. We both teach esports. His first year, it'll be my second year, and he's like, look what I got going on. Cool. This dude's awesome. And that's, by the way, how you can check your notifications. Hello, inbox on the left. Okay, but let's go back to homepage. I like to, I don't know, I'm kind of on the ADD track sometimes. Homepage. All right, here's my copy of my homepage. Okay. Once again, if you remember my my ice cream example, the wife does the cone, the chocolate chip cookie dough, and the sprinkles, and then I do the I turn into Dr. Victor Frankenstein myself. Remember, the monster wasn't Frankenstein. The monster had a different name. So I'm Victor. I like to go crazy. Crazy here. If I take my hat off, you'll see. I keep it simple now, right? My buttons are simple. Look at it, okay? I know that I want a syllabus. I want to link to my individual modules. So if they click this, they'll be able to get to all the modules in one spot. If they're studying for certs in my class, they probably need that. I thought to myself, what are the most common questions that my kids can possibly ask me? I get the same questions multiple times over and over and over and over and over and over and over, where it's not outside the realm of possibility, where I had been asked the same question 500 times over the course of a week, right? Even though it's on the front board, I actually have like a rolling whiteboard that I keep. I put it on the rolling whiteboard. I'll post a message on Edsby, hey guys, update, this is what you need to know. And then I'll text it out on Remind, hey guys, here's the answer to this question. And I will still get 500 questions in class. Gabney, or they'll walk over to me, hey Gabney, hey, I know you answered this, but let me ask you, man. Here's the same question that everybody's ever been asking you. You posted over here, here, and here. Can you just answer for me one more time? I'm telling you, I guess, actually, that's what this is for. Because if it's red, it's please don't ask me any questions right now. I'm either trying to teach or I'm answering an important email because I write grants. I have plenty of people contacting me for like running esports events, so I could get an email and I need to quickly write this email. Or if somebody calls me up and says, hey, Gabney, I have an issue with my computer real quick. I need to get on the phone, and I'll put the red on, which means please don't come over here and talk to me while I'm on the phone, because once again, kids need instructions on everything. Most of the time, 90% of the time in my class, this is green, which means Gabney is good to talk to. Yellow is if I'm slightly aggravated and you need to watch yourself, because if you're asking me something that's on the front board, I'm going to tell you to read the board. So comic facts, I'm like, that is a necessity, right? Here's questions. What's your grading policy? How much are tests worth? When's the certification exam? That one I get a lot. I love Canvas because it has a calendar. As you see, you can actually post it on the calendar and the kids can see it on their phone. But I like to add like all those little questions that I get throughout the year on here. Things that, even things for parents, right? Parent question, do you offer tutoring hours? That's a good one. Do you offer, do you have any extra resources for this class? And even though in my modules I have built in a tab for resources, I still get that question because, you know, here's the deal. The students know Canvas. The parents, if they're doing their job, I don't even want to say that's their job because, you know, if I'm 17 years old and I'm in high school, I'm a senior, my dad and my mom would say it's your responsibility to do your coursework. It's our responsibility to make sure that, you know, your foundation is set on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. They wouldn't say that. They would say, you're fed, you're safe, you're clean, and we support you with your job and anything else, right? So they'd say, figure it out yourself when it comes to school. But if I'm like a 9th grader, maybe the parents are like, listen, he just came from middle school. He's probably not even a human being yet because, you know, he's 5'5", and by the end of the year, he's going to be 6 foot because his hormones are still going off the chart. And he's still growing, or she's still growing, right? I see that because 9th and 10th graders are still developing into a person, you know, figuring who they are. Parents probably should know some things. So let's have a section in there for parent questions because it is that important. I'll have to have course reviews. As you see, I talk about streamers because that's something that we have to talk about in here. And I can definitely tie it into gaming simulations because of obvious reasons. And I have learned over the past like 6 years, you have to have YouTube resources for these kids. There are some kids who you can get up to the front of the classroom and say, let me teach you how to do x squared plus 2 equals equals 2. I don't know, right? Equals 4 or something, right? You can give them an equation. You say, let me teach you how to do this equation. You spend 10 minutes going step by step. You use different colored markers. You have 1, 2 is beautiful. And you're like, I just gave the most perfect explanation of all time on how to answer this question. And then in the back, they raise their hand and you know who they are. And you immediately start to dread it because you know what question's about to come. Is there another way that you can explain it? Because I have no idea what you just said. Yes. Do me a favor though. Go to the class canvas. Go to YouTube resources. Look for this unit. I posted a video on how to solve it. I want you to try them first. And it could be exactly the same thing you just said. And they'll watch it and they'll be like, Mr. Gabney, that was the best video. I get it now. And in the back of your head, you're like, I demolished that dude. Whatever. I always like to have extra ways of explaining things, resources, certification reviews. I also have my own YouTube video resources that I'll do for the kids. So something that I'm planning on doing, guys, this year is I'm going to record some of my conversations just to myself. You can do it through Zoom. By the way, I'm going to use a different streaming platform. Use whatever platform you want. But I'm going to do my own videos and upload those. All right, cool. Now listen. This is what it looks like, right? Don't forget to click those 6 dots. Expand your page. Cool. Let's go back to that module. Customizing your homepage instructions, right? What they tell you, they said these are banners. Where's the buttons? The button should have a certain pixel size. Okay, 524 by 292. Now check it out. Here's my buttons, right? Here's my images that I've put in there. Once you've created your own buttons, and just to reiterate, instead of me sitting here creating new buttons and banners, why don't you just follow these videos, right? Like, look, here's a link, and it says, go to Canvas or Canva, change it up. They tell you how to do it, right? Step by step. Canva's super simple, right? I love Canva. You can even use templates that they already have there. Otherwise, if you want like my template, I'll see if I can put one together and put it out there on SharePoint. I did mine in a design software, and I'm doing somebody else's this weekend. But I'm at the point now where if you don't have your buttons and banners made, go make them. Or just don't worry about it, which you got, I don't know. Okay. You put the buttons in here. All right. Now, how do you get this format? Once again, you've gone to customizing your home page. You've downloaded this page that they already had. I don't see it repopulating. Okay, here we go. This is the home template. This is the one that you'll have. Okay, remember to expand it. Now, did I get rid of all my buttons? No, I didn't. Thank God. All right, cool. Okay, you created it. You have a new banner. Cool. Click on it. Delete it. Click delete. All right, cool. Click on the 3 buttons here. Upload the image. Once again, I'm gonna do that one more time. It's this thing right here. Looks like a picture. Drag down, upload image. Upload image. It says drag and drop or click. I clicked. I had downloaded my banner. It is huge. I think they said the dimensions were like 1270 or something. What was that? 1270? Yeah, something like 1270. You click on the you click on it, the picture. 1270. God. Image options. Go down to size. 1270. It'll automatically lock that. Boom. Good to go. Now, you will have noticed that I did 2 buys. Whatever. Cool. Delete, 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 delete. And here's the other thing. I don't want this column. So if I click here, I can highlight these guys. Click, hold the click, drag down. This right here says, should say delete column. Excellent, excellent. Cool. Now the deal is that these aren't all the way over. Yeah, see, now we're working. Yeah, this is huge, right? I don't know why it's so huge. All right, let's remember the size of the buttons. These have to be 524 by 292. 524. All right. God, this is so big. I changed mine. I put mine a little smaller. Delete, 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 delete the buttons, delete the buttons, delete, delete. There you go. Cool. All right. Once again, I want to put a button here. File. I click the dots. Click the picture. I click upload. That was my syllabus. That should be huge. Image options should be something like 524. Excellent. Click. And then it's just rinse and repeat from here. I click in here. File, upload, image. Yeah, I think you guys get the idea from here. That was my modules. Click on the picture, image options, 524. Yeah, get ready for that. Click, and then you click in here, and then for some reason it exits out on you. Yeah, right. That has pissed me off so much because I don't even get it. Like, why does it sometimes exit out while I'm trying to edit the thing? Like, what am I clicking? Like, I don't know. All right, so do it to your heart's content. Now, in the future, not now, what you are going to be able to do is you are going to be able to link the picture to something. Okay? Let me save this. So if I click, you'll see that there's the cursors over that. The hand goes over syllabus, and if I click on it, it brings me to whatever I link it. I would say for now, at the moment, don't worry about it. Wait till you get your classes populated, okay? Just don't worry about it. It is not that important at the moment. That's what's important is this. Do you have your home template OG copy done? Now, something that you guys should do, go to pages, go to view all pages. and make sure that it says front page next to whatever it is that you copied. So let's say you called yours OG duplicate, right? You have to see if that's my front page and I don't want that one as my front page. I'm like, oh man, I messed up. That's my, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Right? Let's unpublish those. You have to remove his front page using the 3 dots. Then you unpublish it. Then you can click on something, hopefully, when it finally loads. You see nothing else says use this front page. You can turn this, I don't know why it's not letting me now, of course. What in the heck, bro? Why can't I use it as hope? I did it once. Maybe I gotta publish it. Yeah, I gotta publish it. All right, so hey guys, good news is I know how to use it as a front page. You have to publish it, then you can use it as a front page. That front page will be for your Sandbox. Oh man, it just sucks going over home pages right now because we don't have our actual classes in front of us, right? So that's why I call this a template, and that's why I haven't called it Esports 1 homepage or Esports 2 homepage, because when I finally import this template into my esports course, I will be able to edit it within the course and call it Esports 1 template or Esports 1 front page, and then link it once my courses finally load. But at the moment, it's not there yet, right? So that's why I once again am recommending you come up with just a list of things. I have a list, by the way. We came up with a list. And of course, I didn't save it. We did about us, announcements, resources, all the things you see up front there on mine. There's like an about me page. Just go wild. Announcements, I think I already said that. So just look at what other people have done if you're having a hard time figuring out what to put on. This is mine. I try to keep it no more than 6 or 7. I think about it as a student's point of view. If you log on and there's 12 different links, you're going into to Cold Stone with 50 different options, right? You want to minimize the flow for students in terms of like where they can go to. The less choices they have, the easier it is going to be for them to maneuver around. So 5 to 7 tends to be the most from my perspective that I would like to see, in my opinion. That's me personally. I don't know what you guys want, but that's it. That's basically it for me today. It's 3 o'clock. I need a break. My voice is starting to chime out. I want to be able to talk to my kid tonight. So thank you guys. I'm going to be done for a little bit.